The loop band, you have the option to not use it. Use it when you want. Don't use it when you want. I'm going to take my feet through that band. I'm going to come back onto my forearms. Now you can always lie on your back. You don't have to be on the forearms. I'm going to do these little marches. So I'm going to take that leg in and down, in and down, in and down. So make sure that you're moving this leg from your core. I exhale and inhale. Shoulders are back, chest is open. The legs should have started at just one hand's width apart. I'll do 4 more each leg. Here's 4, and 4, and 3, and 3. Give me 2 more. Here's 2, and 2. 1 more, and 1, and 1. Press through those arms and come all the way up. Fingertips are pointed towards you. I'm going to soften the elbows and then straight. So we're hitting those triceps. Bend and press. Inhaling and exhaling. 4 more. 3 more. 2. And bring it back down onto those forearms and draw those legs in. So I make sure my band is tight. So depending on how tight your band is, how far apart those legs will go. And I'm going to take my tabletop legs and push one out and bring it in. And the other out and bring it in. As I press that leg out, I want you to fire the glute in the back of that thigh. Take your time. Feel the muscles working as you move. And always find that connection in your center. 4 and 4. Here's 3 and 3. 2 more. And last one each leg. And I'm going to take my left foot down to the floor. I'm going to lengthen my right leg. I'm going to lift it up parallel to the other thigh and then lower. Using your belly to lift that leg. Exhale, inhale. And 3, and 2, and 1. Bend that knee and extend the other leg, and I reach up and down. Take your time making that connection to the leg with the core. And 4, 3, give me 2 more, and 1. Press through those arms. Take the feet out a little further. Take the hands behind your thighs. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, round the spine. Inhale, zipping back up. I can press my hands into those thighs. Exhale, that loosens up. Pressing into the thighs. I inhale. Exhale, moving that spine slowly. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to lengthen my arms back further. That's my inhale. Exhale, stay round as I come back up. And again, I inhale, lengthen, melt those shoulders. Exhale, lift up. Inhaling, watch those shoulders. Exhale. I'll take it to 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And let's zip up that spine nice and long. Reach those arms parallel to the floor, palms turned in. I take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, I'll melt halfway back. Now, if this is straining to your lower back, if you have a play ball or a pillow, put it behind that back. I'm going to slide my right leg out to the edge of my mat and back in, and do that again. So my knee stayed bent. Yep, and I'm just sliding it out and in, and making sure nothing else moves with that leg. And I take it for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and let's bring that spine back up. I inhale again, and I exhale, I melt back down. Now I'll take the left leg out to the edge and back in. The other leg is staying still and resisting in the opposite direction against that band. And 3, and 2, and 1. Let's inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, round back. Hold here. I take another breath in. Exhale, come back a little further. Inhale. Exhale, lengthening a little bit longer. One more. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up and over. Stack that spine up. Inhale. Exhale, back halfway. Inhale, a little further. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Bring it back up. Stack that spine. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders melt. Eyes go to navel. Inhale again. Exhale further. Exhale further. Now this time we'll come all the way down. Terry, I'd put the ball behind your head. Bend those knees. And we'll do little marches here. My right leg will draw towards the chest and come back down. And the left. Now make sure you're moving from your center. Start to have that spine sink heavier onto the floor. Starting to imprint your spine. And reach. And reach. And reach. One more. Good. We're going to take our arms up. Terry, keep your head down on the mat. We're going to inhale here. On the exhale, we'll nod that chin to our chest. We're going to prepare for the 100. So the arms are reaching long. We're squeezing lemons in the armpits. And we're going to pump those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in through the nose. Out the lips. Next level. I'll tabletop those legs. Keep that band tight so my legs are apart. Your knees should be over the hips and the shins parallel to the floor. Inhaling for 5 and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. On this inhale, I'm going to press my right leg long. And on the exhale, bring it back in. And then the left. I'll inhale out. I'll exhale in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now take the hands behind your head. I'm going to press both legs out on an inhale. Exhale, knees into chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, scoop. Remember, the further I go away from my center, the more my glutes need to be involved. Keep imprinting your spine, and you're always welcome to bring your legs higher up. Inhaling out. Exhale in. 2 more, please. Keep the tabletop, and we'll lower down the head. We're going to take again just the right leg out towards the right side of the mat. Come back in, right leg again. Now, as my leg comes back in, I'm going to give the option to curl up and crunch. My head goes down with that leg. You're more than welcome, too, to keep your head lifted instead of the up and down. I move slow with control. I always curl that chin to my chest first. Hold it up. I'm going to pulse for 8. Just the torso is crunching in. 7, 6, elbows are wide. 5, you should be getting warmer. And 3, and 2, I'll take my head back down. My left leg will slide out and in. My head is down for the first 4. Nothing else is moving. Don't let the opposite leg go with you. Now, if you want, you have the option when that leg slides back in to crunch up. Elbows stay wide. I exhale. 2 more. 1 more. I'm going to hold this up and I'm going to pulse. Little tiny crunches. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. I'm going to take both legs out and in. 7, 6, 5. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. I'm going to reach for my shins. I'm going to pull those knees in and I'll release my head down. If your neck is feeling strained, we'll look to one side of our mat, and then slowly look to the other side. And then we'll bring it back to center. And I'm going to take my hands down to the mat. Legs will stay where they are for a second. And I want you to take your right leg out. And as it comes in, switch left. And while you're moving your legs, I want you to feel that connection to the core. The core with the legs with the core. I want you to feel the connection with your back into the mat. You're more than welcome to take those legs higher up. I'm going to slide my fingertips closer towards the edge of my mat and nod that chin to my chest. So I'm going to keep my hands down still, but I'm reaching those arms long so my shoulders have more connection to my rib cage. I'm going to add now the breath cue. I'm going to inhale for 2, exhale. Now if you want to add some arms, I'm going to reach them back for 2 and then bring them back down to the floor. I'm going to inhale and exhale, moving with 2 counts. 2 counts to come back, 2 counts to come forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, pause. The knee that's in, straighten it up, grab onto that leg. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. So I'm pressing against the band, pushing down and resisting coming up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and the head can be up or down. And pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. Inhale, exhale. One more each leg. Inhale, and then pull those knees in and rest your head. Check in with those shoulders, the neck, and the back. I'm going to take those legs straight up to a Pilates V. If you are feeling tired in your core, feeling strain in that back, put your hands underneath your seat. Okay? If you are taking your head up off the mat, do it now. Now you can either have your hands under your seat, you can have them reaching long to the mat, or hands behind the head. We're going to take these legs down, 2, 3, press out together, and then bring them up. So let's try that again. Lower, 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 out, in. Now I can take that, hold down for 3, open, close to an inhale, exhale up. If you catch yourself holding your breath, inhale down, exhale open, inhale together, exhale up. That's on the breathing pattern option. Down, 2, 3, open, close. Keep that spine imprinting on your mat. So watch how low those legs go. Bring it up. Down, 2, 3, open, close. Now take a break for a quick second and hug in. Okay? And we're going to try to do something a little bit different, just a little bit of a different variation. Okay? So if you're taking your head up, take it up. If your hands need to be underneath your seat, do that. I'm going to zip my legs up. I'm going to come down 1 count, open. Keep them open as I lift and then bring them together. I come down 1, open 2. I'm going as wide as my mat, lift just as wide, connect together. Inhale, 2, exhale. Come down, press into your band, lift up. 1 more. Down, open, up, and now take a little break. So I'm going to be reversing that this time. Check in with your body. If you want to hold this position a little bit longer, do so. I'll take my chin to my chest, eyes to my belly. You can keep your head down. Bring those legs up to your Pilates stance. So instead of going down first, I'm going to go out, just wide as my mat. Come down as far as I can. Connect and come up, 2, 3. Open, press down, connect, up, 2, 3. Inhale, to exhale. Shh. Or the breath can be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So it can be a quicker inhale, a quicker exhale. Or you can go deeper and longer. But the back should never arch off the mat. One more. And then hug everything in. Did that go okay? Relax those shoulders. I'm doing a couple of shoulder rolls while I'm laying here. And let's do one more with the band in this position. Lying like this. My hands will go against my shins. I'll use that as leverage to bring my head up. I take my hands behind my head, and I want you to twist towards me, and the leg that's furthest away from you, straighten it out. Yep. And then bring it back in, and bring your elbows to neutral. Twist away from me, press that leg out, come back in. I'm going to exhale as I rotate, inhale to regroup. Now if you want, you can put your head down as you return back home. You can keep it lifted, but I don't want you to hug your head with your elbows. My elbows are staying pretty wide. I'm trying to keep my shoulders off the floor, so I'm curling deeper into my powerhouse. Shh. One more each leg. Make sure you're working from the core. And I'm going to go down into a bridge, and my arms will go to my side. I'm going to lift up. Get that nice release in the front of your body. No pressure on that neck. Reach those arms behind you. Give me a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, let's melt our spine. And I want you to stop where you feel you can't get that next vertebrae down. And then just try to work through breathing, inhaling and exhaling to get that to come down. Good. Bring those arms back down to your side. I want you to bridge up again. Articulate that spine up. Bring the arms behind you. Keep them there as you exhale. Articulate, lowering down. Your tail should come down at the end. Swing those arms back to your mat. One more time. Articulate, peel, lift. Squeeze your seat. Reach the arms behind you. Exhaling, come back down. Good. And we'll swing those arms around and hug those knees in. Hands will go behind the thighs. And you can either rock straight up or roll to your side to come up. But chin goes to the chest, and we slowly bring ourselves back up. Slide the band further down. Take the legs out as far as you need to have resistance on that band. We're going to do our little spine stretch. Feet are flexed. If you're able to have your legs straight, press the legs down into your mat. Lengthen your spine, so it's like that puppet string is pulling the crown of the head up. If you cannot sit tall with your legs straight, bend them. Melt the shoulders. We're going to inhale up taller. On the exhale, I'll slowly nod my chin to my chest, and for every inch my fingers are going to go forward, my belly button is going to go deep. Now pinch your seat, pull that navel in deeper, and stack up, never leaning back. That's an inhale, shoulders melt. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest. Belly scoops, back of the legs press down. The arms should be parallel right by your ears. Inhale up. Can you feel your glutes engaged to pull you back up safely? Exhale, we're peeling off that wall, but keeping that lower back on that wall. Terry, come more forward with your fingers. Yep. Now stack from there. Shoulders melt. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. Now on this exhale, I want you to C-curve and point the toes round. So I'm coming back. Good. I want you to bend those knees in. Grab onto the outside of your shins and balance. See if you can take these legs slowly to a tabletop and my band is still staying tight. Can you zip up? Ooh, don't rock back. Yep. So sink that belly in deeper, zip up the spine, open the chest. Yes. I'm going to do these little pushes against my band. Out. Out. 3. Belly scoops deeper, shoulders go deeper. You can also be in a tabletop with the hands behind your thighs, doing the same thing we're doing with the legs straight. Hold this still. Now can you reach for your toes, let go of your legs? And as the legs come down, belly's gonna pull in deeper and we'll sit back up. Open up your arms like a T. Palms face down. And again, the goal here is to sit as tall as we can while we go into a rotation. So you're gonna rotate towards me slowly. And the spine's gonna stay long, but as I come forward, you're gonna scoop that belly back. And if you can, we're gonna look to the back hand. Slowly come back up from your core. Shoulders are down as we rotate. And then we'll saw off that baby toe. Exhale. Up from your core, just like we just did in spine stretch. Never leaning back. Rotate, wringing the water out of the rib cage and lengthening, scooping the belly. Inhale up. Always feel that in your core, never in your back. Exhale forward. We inhale up. That was our last one. And as we exhale, slide those arms to parallel. We're going to point those toes again and round back. Now this time, we're going to, each breath, we're going to inhale and exhale. We're going to come back a little further. Inhale first. Exhale, keep tension on the band. My toes are reaching long. Inhale again. Exhale a little lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now come back to the base of your shoulder blade. Keep your head off the mat and bring those legs straight up and the hands will come down. Yep. Now if you need to, put your head down. I'm going to do these little presses out and in. Out and in. I'm pressing my palms into the floor. Yep. And if your head is lifted, eyes to belly. I'm going to take my hands straight up. Out and in. Out. As I come in, I'm going to reach up higher. I come out, I reach higher. So think of taking those fingertips towards the ceiling. Out. Inhale. Exhale. If you need support to the neck, put one hand behind maybe and keep the other hand reaching up. Can you feel those abdominals for 4? Outer thighs. 3. Outer hips. 2. And 1. Hands go back down, and I'll slowly put my head down to the mat. I'm going to turn my heels in, toes turned out, and my legs are pressing gently into the sides of the band. If you need more support to your lower back, put your hands underneath your seat, otherwise they'll stay right to your side. So I'm going to take my legs a little bit to the right, back to center, and let's go to the left, out, and in. So your seat can a little bit come off the mat, but the arms and the shoulders stay heavy. I inhale over, gently pressing the back of the head into the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm going to start to take my legs a little bigger. I'm going to take my arms out like a T, palms down. This time I'm going to float my legs a little further. My butt cheek is coming off the mat, but my shoulder stays down. Come back up. I inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. Now I'm going to add on to this. I'm going to go over to my right, swing my legs down. So now both butt cheeks are down. Swing to the left. My right butt cheek comes up. And now I hear him center. Does that make any sense? So when I'm going to the left, my right glute is off the mat. I'm going to circle around, and then as I come up the other side, the other glute came off, and then they're both on. So it's like a little corkscrew, but I'm letting more movement happen. Usually I say, keep the rib cage heavy. Don't move around the hips and the glutes. We're making a bigger circle this time. Smaller is okay. Work within your range. Stay safe in your spine and your hips. Use your breath. We'll do one more each side. Inhaling, exhaling. And one more. Inhaling and exhaling. And you deserve that hugging the knees in stretch. Relax those shoulders. Are we doing okay? Okay. So we're going to come on to our stomachs. Okay. Always transition slow and with purpose. So I'm going to make a pillow with my hands. And again, my legs are only as wide as that band needs to be tight. Relax the shoulders, but I'm not going to tell you to relax your core. You're still going to be pulling that navel in towards the spine. This is for some glute work here. So we're going to take the right foot off the mat. The hip stays down, and I lower it back down. And then my left, I lift up, 2, 3, and come down. So the opposite leg is going to push down as the leg lifts up. And I lift. My breath pattern is inhaling up, hold it for 3, and then exhale as I lower. Now while I'm holding this for 3 counts, I'm going to lift, I'll flex my heel, I'll point my toes, and then lower. Left leg lifts, flex, point. Lift, flex, point, and lower. Lift, flex. Make note what's going on in the body, what is moving, what should not be moving. Hips are to the floor, navel's pulling in. So now I'm going to go to my right leg. I'm going to hold this one up. Make sure your shoulders aren't getting cranky, and give me 8 little pulses. 1, 2, and I'm pushing the opposite leg down, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Push that leg down, the left foot comes up, and I pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to slide your hands to where they're under the shoulders. Elbows are back behind you. And we're going to go into our swan prep. So if I have my nose and forehead resting, my neck is not completely in a straight line with the rest of my spine. So I'm going to cue roll a marble with your nose, and now I'm in the long line here from the cervical spine down. I'll press through the heel of my hands. My chest lifts, my head's along for the ride. I squeeze my seat, and I make sure my shoulders are down. As I come back down to the mat, my navel pulls in. Press through the heel of those hands again, roll that marble, inhale. So I don't want to see your neck hyperextend like this. I want it nice and long, and we come back down. 2 more. Lifting up, squeezing your seat, melting the shoulders, inhaling. Exhale, come back down. So keep your belly button on the mat. Don't come too high. Last one. We're going to lift this up, and we're going to bring it back down. Now I want you to take your hands back in a pillow position, stack your hands, and I want you to glue your forehead to your top hand. And I'm going to ask you to lift up the legs and the head. So my arms go with me. I lift up and I come back down. I squeeze my glutes. I pull my belly in and I lower back down. If you'd rather go back to the exercise we just did, swan prep, go back to that. I come back down. Now this time, I'm going to come up. I'm going to press my arms out to a T. My legs will go wider. I come back to bent arms, and I lower down and rest my forehead on my pillow. I lift everything up. I exhale, press out. Inhale back in, exhale, lower down. Inhale up, exhale. You don't have to do the press out. That was an additional move. Press out. Come in and release. One more. Booty in, lengthen, and release. Stretch back slowly into a child's pose. Scooping the belly and rounding the back. Come into a quadruped position, and I'm going to slide the band down to where it's on my arches of my feet. So you're more than welcome to just hold this quadruped position. You're more than welcome to stretch and do a cat-cow if that's better for you. I'm going to press my heels back, and here I am into my plank. I'm going to take my right foot forward, driving through the band, and then bringing it back. And I'll take my left. Now, you don't have to use the band. If you'd rather just hold the plank, that's fine. Or a forearm plank. You can be standing up against the wall. Make sure that your spine is long and the crown of the head is reaching out strong. Arms are like beams of steel, and I'm squeezing lemons in my armpits. And I go for 4 and 4. I want you to exhale as you drive that knee in. 3. One more. I'll lower to my knees and stretch back. I'll take the arms behind me and make cups with my hands to release my wrists. Slide the band up to your ankles. I'm going to come onto my forearms. You can be in a modified plank here. You can be in a full plank here. Now again, you can just hold this plank still. I'm going to do little tap outs to each end of the mat. So I'll go right foot out, left foot out. I'm pushing off that mat with my arms, squeezing those armpit muscles, driving that navel up the ceiling. I'm going to exhale as I press out, inhale to return. 4 more. Here's 4. Don't rush to get done quicker. It doesn't work like that. And 2, and 2, and 1, and 1. And I'm going to lower my thighs to my hips, flatten my feet, push off those arms so my shoulders can go deeper. Yes. And I'm going to come all the way down and take my hands as high up my back as I can. And I'm going to let my shoulders and elbows drop to the floor. My legs are still apart. I want you to kick your seat 3 times. 1, 2, 3. As you straighten your legs, straighten your arms, lift up your chest, keep looking down, anchor your feet. Bend your elbows, lower your head back down, kick 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Lower back down, slide the hands back up, kick, 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 kick. Don't hyperextend the neck. Bring it back down for 1 more. 1, 2, 3. Now hold this here. Lift the legs up off the mat. Take the arms out like a T. And I want you to pull the arms back as you press the legs towards those hands to go out like a little V. And then come back to your T, hovering your head. Pull the arms back, lift your chest a little higher, press into that band with your legs. Return back to a hover. Inhale, 2, 3, to exhale. Pull the arms back, press the legs out. 1 more time. Hold, 2, 3, and you deserve a child's pose stretch. Slowly move back into that rounded spine. That was fun. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good. Okay, we're going to sit on our seat, take the band off for a second, and you're going to face forward. All right, check in with that body. You're more than halfway there. Okay, so I like sitting cross-legged. It feels good to my hips and my glutes and outer thighs. If that's not for you, you can sit into a diamond. You can straighten your legs. We're going to grab onto that band, and we're going to do a little bit of a pull and rotation. So you're more than welcome to keep looking straight ahead if twisting and looking is not for you today. So my shoulders are anchored down. Your spine has to be tall, okay? Now I'm going to take one arm, I'm going to pull it back, rotate, and then back to center. Do you notice how the other arm stays straight? It's like punching forward in opposition of that other arm pulling back. I'm going to inhale, that palm faces me as I row back, and then palms face each other. Inhale. Now think of when you twist, growing taller, and then staying just as tall. That's the challenge when you come back in. Inhale. Exhale is not a collapse. Inhale, pull. Exhale, return. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more each side. Trying to spiral taller and taller with each rotation. Last one, check in with those shoulders. And lower the arms. Take the hands inside the band and reach them out chest height. Now try to think of sitting on thumbtacks. So you don't want to be back here sitting nice and frumpy. Up, up, up. Now bring these arms up as high as you can. Now anchor down those hips, slightly come forward. So the shoulders are slightly in front of the hips. My whole body went with me, so I didn't go like this, I went like this. Now think of aiming to the outside edges of each knee, and I'm just gonna do a little side stretch and back to center, keeping tension on that band. I do a side stretch, and it's small. It's inhale to exhale. I lift up taller, then I side stretch. So reach out of those low back pockets and anchor down the hip you're stretching away from. I inhale to exhale. Inhale. You should feel this lovely side stretch and such an anchor as you push down that hip, and then bring it back down and release. Okay, that was fun. Take your feet through the band. And we'll bring it back up to the quad again. And we're gonna come onto our side. So your head's gonna match mine, you're gonna mirror me. Now if you have a play ball with you and you wanna put it underneath the rib cage to give you a little more support or a reminder to stay lifted, grab it, that's fine. So a couple options here, but this is not an option. You must have your shoulder and your elbow in a straight line. And this needs to stay a nice long diagonal. Okay, bring that elbow a little closer. Yeah, okay? So I'm gonna take my top leg into a clam first, so my feet stay connected as I press up and down. Now, depending on how tight your band is the movement of the leg coming up. I want you to always think of opposition. So as this leg is going up, this leg is pushing down, and I'm always keeping these muscles working. Yep, and we'll go for 3 and 2 and 1. Now, I'm not gonna keep my feet connected anymore, and my top leg is gonna lift the same shape as the bottom leg. So here's level 1. We can stay just like this and do this. Harder, I'll take my hand behind my head, lift that bottom hip, and continue on. Now, if you got an issue with your shoulder or your back or your neck, you don't want to go to here. Take your time. And I'm still pushing whatever's touching the mat into the mat as I lift. And 3. And 2. Now, can you hold this one up? Straighten the leg, bend it. I'll come down. I'll lift up. I'll press. Come in. Come down. Maybe you want to stay up. Maybe you want to stay down. Listen to your body. Always be doing a scan in your head. What feels good? What doesn't feel good? What do I feel is working in this exercise? One more. Kick it and return back home. I'll take my hand back to the floor. I'm going to straighten this leg out. And if you would rather come down and be like this, that works too. Or if you want to lay on the arm, okay? We don't have to be stuck in this position here. It might be making this a little cranky. We're going to lift this leg up and down. 2, I'm only going as high as my hip. And same thing, I'm keeping these muscles all engaged. I'll go for 4 more. And 3. And 2. And I'm going to hold this one up. I'm going to circle, round and come up. Round and come up. Your belly should be first muscle moving this leg. Then it's the outer thigh, the hip, the glute, reverse. Shoulders still connected to my back. I feel no strain in my neck, my shoulder, my back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee back in. Oh, switch sides. Okay, it's still there. Hello? You may think it's not. All right, so if this is not a cool position for you to be in, get one that feels good, okay? All right, so we do our clamp, up and down. We take our time. We have to move with control and precision. Every movement comes from the core. Do you feel your core with this leg moving? And feeling that core, you pull it in and zip it up. And 2, and 1. So now I'm going to take the whole leg, just like the bottom leg. I press up. I start here. See how this feels. My foot should be parallel to the knee, knee parallel to the hip. Now if you want, you can lift up and continue here. Now maybe this is a weaker hip or a weaker shoulder, and maybe you need to come back down. Maybe this is your 8th workout of the week and your body's just tired. Now I'm going to hold this up, press, bend, come down. I lift, out, bend, come down. Oh, can you feel this? Or is it just me? 1 more. And we come down. Lengthen that leg. You can come onto your side. You can lay all the way down that arm. Okay, we'll lift and lower. Belly, outer thigh, hip, glute. This has to be working to support all of this. I'm pushing the bottom leg down, just these little reminders. 3, 2, hold this one up, now circle forward. Belly is moving that leg. Can you feel the belly first? Inhale down, exhale up. 3, 2, reverse it. 8, 7. I know your hips getting tired. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and bring it back in. Sit back up. It's still there. Swing it around. Okay, and I did everything on that side, right?
I think so.
Okay, you guys always keep me honest. All right, so the feet walk out a little further. I reach my arms out. Shoulders are down. Now, if you can't come all the way up, if you lie all the way down, don't go all the way down, okay? No momentum is allowed. The alarm is going to go off. I will know it. I will see it. So we're going to exhale down as far as you think you can go. Now, I got tension on this band. Nod the chin to your chest. Find that lower back and lift up with little momentum. Actually, no momentum, even really great. Exhale down. Keep that band tight. The chin comes to the chest first. Chest lifts. My lower back is on that mat. And I lift from there. When you can move slow up and down, you've accomplished a teaser prep. And you are ready to move on. But if you have to come up like this, you're not ready to move on to the next one. Now, if you're ready to move on, I'm going to lengthen my right leg. Now, if your band is tight enough, you can connect. But if it gets real loose, you're going to have to stay a little bit lifted out. Okay? We'll roll it down. But I do wish, though, we would have that connection. Eyes to belly. Lifting up. Reach those toes. Exhale down. Bring it back up. And you can go slower if you want. Switch the leg out. But the legs should be parallel. So even if they're not touching, keep them parallel. Bring it down. 2 feet back down if you're not already there. We're going to come back up. No momentum. Now from here, I'm going to come halfway back. And I'm going to take one elbow towards the floor. I can look at it or stay straight ahead. Press back up. Other elbow. You don't have to touch the mat. You can also put that play ball behind you to support your back or a toss pillow, right? Don't work through back strain. This is all abs. And reach. And reach. I'm going to take 2 back. I'm not touching per se, but I'm taking them back. 1 more. I'm going to round forward, straighten my legs, and let my body drape over my legs. Let the neck relax, let the shoulders relax. You're working hard today if you don't know that, but I think you know that. Okay. Let's go back into a quadruped position, hands and knees. You're almost there. You are almost there. So I'm going to start off with just doing a cat-cow. And if you want to stay doing that instead of moving on, that's perfectly fine. So I'll inhale, stick everything out. Exhale, slowly transition as I round. Feel like your navel is pressing up to the ceiling. I'm going to inhale, arch, stick everything out. Exhale, scoop and round. Now this time when you round, I'll cue you something else. Inhale, curl those toes so you can press through them. And on the exhale round, I'm going to press up my knees off the mat. I'll lower back down on an inhale. On the exhale, as I'm rounding and scooping, my navel is what's pulling my knees off the floor. I lower back down. I transition to the arch again on an inhale. I start the round first. Now I'm going to hold this up. If you want to keep going down and up, that's fine. I'm going to take my right leg out and in again, just 4 times. 3 and 4. Keep those knees parallel. The left leg, I go back. I bring it right parallel to the other knee. Shh. Shh. And I'll lower down. I'll flatten those feet. And I'll stretch back into a child's pose. I'm going to take my arms behind me and curl my fingertips to my wrists. Good. So now I'm going to go into leg pull front. So I'm going to take my hands back out in that quadruped position. If you're able, take one leg back at a time. Make sure you have all your critical connections. Shoulder to rib cage. Thighs are wrapping, even though they're not touching. I can feel my glutes coming together and my navel's pulling in and up. I'm going to lift my right leg and my left heel is going to flex 2 times. And as my shoulders come back over my wrist, I put that foot back down. Lift left, flex, flex, come back down. I lift right, my left heel flexes down. Lift left, and you're staying in a nice long line from the crown of your head to your heels. One more lift. Good, and then bring it down and release those wrists one more time. Okay, let's come up to a high kneel. If you need a drink, please grab one, because I don't think you have any water today. I don't think you've had any drinks today. Okay, so I'm going to take my one leg out, and I'm going to tip my teapot down. If this bothers your wrist, if you roll up your mat and put the heel of your hand on the top, it kind of takes a little bit of that away. So I want you to have your hips pressing forward, and I want you to have your back heel in line with the knee, okay? And we're going to take this leg up and down. If this bothers your neck, look down to the hand. Can you feel your belly kicking in first to lift that leg? 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up. Let's pulse it. 8. Lengthen that leg longer if able. And 4, 3, 2. Now hold it. Circle forward, round and pause. Again, inhale, exhale. Now reverse. I'm nice, I'm only having you do 4. 3, I'm nice. 2, and 1. Bring this knee back in, sweep it out. Bring it down, sweep it out. Oh, this looks familiar. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring myself back up. Okay, I promise we're going to stretch these hips today. We're going to stretch them, promise. Okay, so the hips should already be pushing forward. I take my hand down, and notice I'm out. I'm not directly under that shoulder. Hips are still pushing forward, the back of that heel in line with that knee. And I lift, and I lower. 2. Think of the length. Can you feel your belly firing first and keeping it engaged? 2 more. Hold this one up and let's pulse it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now circle forward, round to come up. Just 4 and 3, 2, reverse. 4, 3, 2, bend that knee to the other thigh and press. You can do this down on your side. I believe we have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we bring it back to center. Okay. Let's sit on our booties and take off the band. Oh, we're so sad. All right, so let's do a little mermaid stretch here. So we're going to take our legs way apart like this, okay? And reach those arms out. Can you balance up here? Hook onto that back shin and use that to pull this arm over. Take the arms back out. Now this side, I come onto my forearm, and I'm going to stretch the arm over as I push that hip and glute further down towards my heel. Use this bottom arm to help you come up and hold. Hook, inhale. Exhale. Tip that teapot, but don't take the hip with you. Lengthen. Bring it back up. And then lower the hands, and we'll sweep those legs around to the other side. Start in your T position, palms are up. Grab onto that back shin. Inhale. Exhale. Hold up from these obliques, right? Onto your forearm. Try to press the hip and the glute down towards that heel. Exhale up. Hook on. Nothing should be quickly done. Exhale. Onto that forearm. Keep that hip pushing down towards the mat. Inhale. And exhale. now let's go into a butterfly stretch. So take the bottoms of your feet together. Grab onto your ankles, the elbows. We'll push those knees down. Let the head relax, shoulders relax. Breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Then we're going to take those legs back onto the mat. I want you to straighten your left leg. And we're going to slowly pull this right knee in and then tilt back until we're lying down. And I'm starting with the knee just straight into the chest. And if you want, you can take that knee to the outside of that right shoulder. So it's more like pigeon, but on your back. Keep lengthening the opposite leg. Keep the hips level. Bring it back to center. Bring that leg straight up. Let's stretch the back of that leg. Breathe, inhaling and exhaling. And I want you to cross this right ankle over the left quad and then slide your left heel in towards the glute. If you want a bigger stretch, take your hands behind the left thigh and pull that left thigh towards you. And if that's not enough of a stretch, take the hands to the shin and pull towards you. And then put those feet down, and we're going to straighten the right leg onto the mat, and we'll pull the left knee in. And we're going to go a nice big tug, knee towards the chest. And let's take that knee, if you want, to the outside of that left shoulder, but the right hip is staying down, and that right leg is lengthening long as you pull that knee further away from that other foot. Bring that knee back to center, straighten that leg all the way up. Use your breath, inhale and exhale to stretch the back of that leg. Cross that ankle over the other leg, the quad, and then bend that right knee. And if you want, you can grab behind that right thigh and pull that thigh towards you. Bigger stretch, hands can go to the shins. Good. We're going to slowly rock up, nice and easy. We're going to take our hands in front of us onto that mat. I'm going to step back into a plank. I want you to pike up your seat and step forward with your right foot. If there's a better way for you to get into this position, do it. Have the front knee in line with your ankle. Keep your hands on the mat and lunge forward. Now keep your hands where they are and straighten that front leg. Think of pushing that back of the knee into the mat. And then lunge back forward, hip flexors here. And then straighten that front leg, hamstring. Come back forward and take your right hand inside that right thigh. So I got two hands on the right side, or the left side of my right leg. And then straddle that leg with the hands, step in with the back foot, and the other foot will step back. We're gonna go in that nice lunge for the hip flexor. Keep your hands where they are. Slowly straighten the front leg, and then lunge back forward. And you'll straighten that front leg, and lunge back forward. Take your back foot to meet the front foot. Keep the knees bent, take your hands to your thighs, and slowly stack your spine. Use the core, tuck that tail. Turn to face me in a nice wide stance. And we're taking a nice big inhale up, the legs will lengthen. Exhale down, sweep those arms around, inhaling up, exhaling down, and you got one more to go. Inhaling up, stay nice and tall, and exhale down. Yes, you've made it. Thanks for joining.